Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Rodeo Exotics. I added a couple updates to this enclosure. I got him a new water tub. It's just like one of those 15-gallon stock tanks. And I actually went to Farm and Fleet and got a 250-watt heat bulb and one of these uh, fixtures. They're actually made for chickens, but it gets his temperature perfectly at about 110 degrees up to about 120. And as you can see, he's kind of chilling over here. He's a little unsure of me. And today I'm just going to be kind of filming my routine for socializing this guy. Nile monitors are notorious for being one of the most aggressive monitor species, and they're really hard to socialize and tame down. I've had him for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 months now, and he's a sub-adult, so it's even trickier than taming down a juvenile or a newborn Nile monitor. He's gotten a lot better. He'll eat off tongs now. He's a little hesitant, but he'll do it. And he tolerates some handling, but as soon as you take him out of the enclosure, he flips out. He'll thrash. He'll tail whip. If I get even my hands close to him, he'll start tail whipping me. He doesn't like to bite as much as he likes to fight. He'll more squirm around and struggle and scratch you and tail whip you. But I've tried getting in here with him, and nothing seems to be working too well yet. I think just time with hands on is the way to go. He's got some urates in here that I need to clean out. But all right, we're gonna take him out, and I'm gonna show you what it's like. As you can see here, the closer I get, the more timid he gets. I'm gonna put my hand down here, and I'm just gonna try to scoop him up. I'm gonna show you guys what it's like to own one of these guys. You can hear him hissing, and I'm sure he's gonna start tail whipping me as soon as I get close. Yep, just like that. So what I do, I don't want him to hurt himself or hurt me. So I'm gonna kind of keep his tail over here like this. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna scoop him up. Whoop. As you can see, it's not working too hot. He likes to whip everything in his path. Keep his tail down and scoop him up. All right, we got him out now. He's chilled out a little bit. Once you give him a little bit of time in your arms, he'll totally calm down. But right now he's just kind of hissing. I like to put his tail kind of under my arm like this and hold him under the belly. And eventually he'll just calm down. Whoa. As you can see, he's still kind of freaked out. I don't think he likes the camera a whole lot. That's one of the bigger reasons here. But he's nice and warm. And we're just going to kind of hold him like this for a while. I don't want to speak too soon, but he seems to have calmed down a little bit. He's still hissing. I just kind of hold him. See, I'm not even actually grabbing him at all. He's just resting on my leg. Just going to kind of pet him for a little while. And it actually takes quite a lot of work to even get up to this point. If you guys got a brand new Nile monitor or you rescued an adult Nile monitor, this is going to be really tricky to do. And this is kind of the same concept you use for socializing any monitor species. Just time hands on and showing that you're not going to hurt them is the way to do it. You can see he's still agitated. We're just going to hold him here for a while. Once your monitors calm down a little bit, you're going to want to be looking for tongue flicks. Once they start flicking their tongue, then they're not as agitated. They're more interested. I actually just got tail whipped in the face. He does not like this camera at all. So I'm going to put this camera down, and I'm just going to keep holding him until it calms down. Now, when you're handling these guys, no matter if they're aggressive or not, you're going to have to tolerate getting torn up. You can see my arm and my hands. His claws are just monstrous and so sharp. He's starting to flick his tongue out a little bit. This camera is making it a whole lot worse, and he's in shed right now, so he's even more aggressive. So once I put him back in the enclosure, I'll start talking about some more stuff here. Alright guys, once I handled him for a while and he was giving me tongue flicks like he is now, you can see his tongue going. I pulled some shed off of him and I got it. It was really hard to film, I'm sorry, but basically you just take your hand and you kind of caress under his chin and on top of his head a little bit, nice and slow. And he was actually letting me do it with no problem. He wasn't hissing, he wasn't huffing at me, he wasn't angry, he wasn't tail whipping. He got pretty docile. The camera is doing this a lot worse for me It's making it a lot worse for me. He really, really does not like it. And he's also in shed right now, so he's extra grumpy and defensive. That's just how all reptiles will be. Once they're in shed, handling it's a lot harder. Um, and yeah, basically just work with them like this every day, or as much as you can. If you can work with him every day, it goes a long, long way. And he's actually a really good boy for being a Nile Monitor. Um, just another warning, guys. Just kind of showing off what they'll do to you, just handling, and they're not even trying to do this. Um, if you're holding them at all, they're gonna tear you up a little bit. Just make sure you clean your scratches up, and keep in mind that they're not trying to hurt you when you get scratched up like that. It's not like they're clawing at you on purpose. They're simply just trying to get away or crawl around or whatever it is. If you can trim their nails, that helps a lot too, but that's also a difficult process. Trying to restrain the animal and not have them freak out while you're clipping off um, pieces of their body, essentially, and you're getting really close to blood vessels. It's just tricky. Um, so putting stuff in here that'll wear down their nails, like rocks and slate and kind of a harder surface, that helps too. But yeah, guys, he's really not that bad for being a Nile monitor. I've seen a lot worse, and I've seen Asian water monitors and coming guy monitors, black throat monitors, croc monitors, especially, that are a hell of a lot worse than this guy is. Um, but yeah, if you work with them every day, um, that's the main thing. Get them used to your voice, get them used to your smell, your presence. They will recognize you. Um, he's gonna act a lot differently if it's me coming in here and picking him up rather than someone he's never seen before or has barely seen before. He's gonna be a lot more aggressive, a lot more scared. Um, and even though he acts like this, we do have a lot more of a bond than anyone else has with him. He's gonna be a little bit skittish. He's gonna be aggressive and defensive, especially once he's in shed like this. Um, but he trusts me a lot more than he trusts anybody else, and that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to build a bond with your monitor. So, um, I don't have a whole lot else to talk about, guys. I'm just gonna kind of show off this enclosure one more time. If you guys have any suggestions, changes to make to this enclosure, I think maybe providing some more vertical space, because we have 4 feet of vertical space here that he can't even access. I know some people add lattice to the sides of the enclosure so they can climb on it and add branches to it. That's definitely something I'm going to look into. For now, I just have 3 branches, 1 long branch zip tied to the top of that support beam there. We got one of the vents open on the top. These are all cinched and sealed off with zip ties. All these little uh, ports right here. We got 2 lamps. I have in the left lamp here, it's just a 250 watt floodlight heat bulb that's meant for like chickens and livestock and everything like that. The one on the right is just I want to say it's I think it's a Zoomed is the brand, but it's a halogen bulb that has UVB and UVA heat. So I don't think there's anything that really shows that they need UVB, but he definitely likes it. It makes their colors more vibrant. I know when I take him out into the natural sunlight during the summer and springtime when it's warm outside, he will just sit in that sun and he won't do a thing. Definitely a lot more aggressive when he's inside than they are when they're outside. For me, I know a lot of people say that if you put your lizard outside, they get more aggressive, and that might be true for him too. I've never put him in an outdoor enclosure, but I know for a fact that when I bring him outside just to like kind of sit with me, he calms down a lot because he gets that natural sunlight that he's not used to. So I definitely encourage you guys to do all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So you guys can tame down your Nile monitor. I know mine is not a prime example of that yet. I hope to get there someday, but he's definitely a lot better than a lot of other Nile monitors are. And you can get aggressive species of any kind. If you're getting a wild caught specimen of any monitor species, you risk having a very aggressive defensive monitor that's just going to hate your guts. So feed them by hand with tongs, work up that trust, get in there with them, handle them daily. They're not going to like it. Be careful not to I see some people when they find an aggressive monitor, they clamp down on their neck. See, he's not liking my fast movements here, but they clamp down on their neck and they grab them from the top and they restrain them so they can't move. They don't like that. I mean, if you're going to want to build a relationship with your animal, you're going to get scratched up, okay? You're going to have to risk it. You're going to have to risk getting bit. Be smart about it, read their body language, let them do what they want to do, but also show them that you're in charge. Um, don't let them get away from you and escape, but also don't clamp them down. Keep running your hands underneath them and let them walk over you, kind of like you're handling a snake. But it's definitely going to be a lot more painful, a lot more blood. But yeah, guys, this is Exodus the Nile Monitor. I want to say when I rescued him, I got him from the Chicago Reptile House. I don't know a whole lot about their background. I know that the Chicago Reptile House sells captive bred Nile Monitor babies. He was the only Nile Monitor they had at the time, and he was a little smaller than this, but he was still like sub-adult. They were calling him Nuke. They said they thought he was about 2 years old. Now, I don't know how they'd have that much information on him unless they, bred them or got him themselves, and kind of grew him up in there. I think usually when you get a surrender or a rescue there, they will usually specify. So I don't know if he was actually surrendered to the store or not. I'm not sure how they would have so much information on him if he was just a surrender, but he might have been. So I don't know anything about the background of this guy, but I'm very lucky to have such a nice monitor, get him for the price I did, and be able to give him the life that I can. And it's just every day work with him, feed him, and just build the trust up with him, guys. You can do it with all your monitor species. If you're debating on getting a Nile monitor, just don't do it. That's my recommendation. If you have no prior experience with monitor lizards, this should not be your first. Start with something that's more sociable, maybe something smaller that won't tear you up as bad. I know people always recommend Ackie monitors, but I think that you can get an animal with the temperament of an Ackie monitor that's just larger. Like for me personally, I would not be opposed to getting an Ackie monitor, but they're just too small for me. If I want a monitor lizard, I want something that's big, that I can handle. It's like a little dog. Um, Definitely, if you don't want to get tore up as bad or want to have to go through the process of taming as much, you could always go with a tegu, though they definitely act differently. I think these guys are a lot more intelligent and a lot more rewarding, and I just like the Varanus genus better than the tegus. But anyway, guys, I'll quit. My monologue here. This is Rodeo Exotics, guys. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. I'm going to try to up the quality and the frequency of these videos and try to just really belt out some information for you guys. Anybody that's new to the hobby or new to monitors and just wants to learn a little bit about what I go through with these. I also have multiple frog species, snake species, and other lizards too. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching.